Welcome to the Tuck Shop Podcast. A little bit different episode today than normal. David Janicek is joining me, but David, big episode. It's Pitt Day of Giving. And I mean big. Like
Bigger
President at the end of Independence Day big.
Big as space.
Like the hot dog big.
Big.
It's Pitt Day of Giving.
Big Pitt Day of Giving.
In 6 days from the airing of this. David, how you doing?
I'm doing well, and it's so big that I'm not going to update anybody on what else is coming up over the next week or so because we're going to talk about Pitt Day of Giving. So it's good to be here, and let's talk about Pitt Day of Giving.
Well, we should probably introduce our guest, our third guest, or our second guest today. Lori Singer, you get to join us today. Lori, welcome.
Thank you for having me. Happy to be talking about Pitt Day of Giving.
Lori, what do you do here?
I work in the Office of Institutional Advancement. I'm the Director of Philanthropy and Major Gifts.
Okay, so PDOG has been kind of your thing.
This year, yes.
This year.
Among many other things. So I've been working on this for about a year with our partners in Oakland, and I've been working to try to identify divisions, athletic teams, programs, and areas of major need and support at Pitt Johnstown.
For new listeners, well, potentially every was a new listener, but for folks who have never heard of Pitt Day of Giving before, broad strokes, what's Pitt Day of Giving?
Pitt Day of Giving happens annually in February, and it's about second or third week of the month, mostly the third week of the month, and it's an opportunity, and many people in philanthropy have various days of giving, so it's your opportunity to support your area at Pitt Johnstown, that resonates with you. So it's your opportunity to give annually to Pitt Day of Giving.
David, you've been through a couple Pitt Day of Givings already. Any takeaways from past Pitt Day of Givings?
Yeah, I've been through one Pitt Day of Giving. It seems like many. But I think to the point is, one thing with Pitt Day of Giving is I think one of the focuses is to see how many donors we can get that day, not necessarily focusing on the size of the donation. So it's I always look at it, it's like the difference between casting a ballot and the Congressional Congress or Electoral Congress. We're trying to see how many people we can pull on that day to say, hey, I want to give, even a donation of $50 or $100 or $25. It really starts to show that there's votes behind support for Pitt Johnstown, Pitt, but to Lori's point, that individual section, it really made a difference while you were here, whether it was academic, athletic, or whatever. So it's really neat to see. My experience in the first day of Pitt Day of Giving is to see those tally boards start to roll up with those numbers, and it's really a vote of our alums saying, my time there made a difference in my life.
In addition, the gift can be as small as $5.
I was going to ask you, what's the minimum?
It's more important that if you can make a contribution as little as $5, and if you can encourage other people to give, your friends and fellow alums who went to Pitt Johnstown, to broadcast this out to your networks of people, to make any gift as small as $5, because the number of gifts count in support of Pitt Johnstown, not exactly the amount, although we'd love them to be large numbers. It's more important for Pitt Johnstown to place ourselves in a winning position of the number of gifts that are made. So,
and numbers relate to winning what?
Winning the leaderboard and sort of in the upper echelon championships against other schools in the Pitt system and
It results in bonus money, effectively.
Correct. And that's why you have to be in it to win it. And we're asking everyone to, reach out to their networks to make any small gift. And certainly if you know someone who's never given before, we'd be grateful if people could just make that first gift.
You kind of talked a little bit about some of the funds. First off, anyone who ever can give a donation can direct to where they'd like to go. But specifically, Pitt Day of Giving funds include, you mentioned all the academics.
Yes, and
departments?
Well, we have all of the academic divisions, and that of course includes engineering, nursing, It includes education. It includes social sciences, business and enterprise. What am I missing? Humanities. So
Allied Health, who
yes.
were great to join us last week on the show.
Yes.
Can be donated.
So all of the academic divisions, and that can drill down to an individual program, like geography, chemistry, any specific area within engineering or nursing or natural sciences or business and enterprise, social sciences. Everything drills down to your program if that's what you want, and then we are also having each athletic team represented. So when you go to the giving page, if you'd like to give to, girls softball, volleyball, or any specific women's sports or men's sports, funds can be directed to that. We're also looking at the Clark Strasser Student Resource Fund, the Ron Vickroy Scholarship, the Veterans Fund. We also have the Scholarship Fund at UPJ, Student Life Activities, any kind of UPJ unrestricted support is also much appreciated.
I think the unrestricted one is an interesting one because if you just know you want to help in some way, and I don't quite know what they need, but here's
Yes.
$5, $50, $500 to say,
And
do something good with it. And
Yes.
we will find something good to do with it.
Right, in the greatest area of need. And we also still have the Sergeant Baserman Memorial Scholarship, which resonates with a lot of folks in the area. So there are a plethora of places that you can direct your funds. And if you jump onto the giving portal and page, if you don't know about a certain fund, there's an opportunity for you to read about what the funds are used for, how they're directed, and the importance of giving to that fund, and commentary about the need.
The UPJ community has been great coming out and actually helping support this endeavor by providing images and doing write-ups themselves about why this is important to them and their passion.
Yes, all of the coaches have been really helpful, and then all of the deans of the divisions have also been really helpful, the head of the program. So we're really appreciative that it's been such a great partnership at UPJ.
The day of, and actually while we're going to, before we start day of stuff, we should actually tell people that they can find some of these benefits and more how to get directly to us. There's a very long, windy address, but we've made it very simple to direct you right to the page with one click from the upj.pitt.edu/PDOG.
That's correct. Yes, that's correct.
So that's upj.pitt.edu/PDOG. And you're going to see right when you get there a nice link that'll take you right to the UPJ funds amongst all the other schools and departments and divisions across the entire university, whether it be in Oakland or Greensburg or Bradford or Titusville. We want you to get that UPJ link and find your favorite program here for us. On there, too, though, will be one of our major day of events. David, you get in year 2 to participate in a rather unique component of Pitt Day of Giving for university-wide, but we pioneered it here, which is our live stream.
Live stream, yep.
We basically
It's
do a
live.
telethon.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And throughout the day, we'll have different guests come on and kind of talk about those funds. So it's real live, what do they call that? In real time. I know last year we had, the golf team come and talk. We had Dr. Spector come and talk. For the most part, totally unscripted. But to really talk about the need. And I know there's, we'll be doing some stuff during the power hours where we'll see bonuses. And it's really important. You can watch that. I'm sure you're going to give the link on where to click.
The upj.pitt.edu/PDOG will have the live stream embedded right there, as well as if you just want to click and get it on YouTube as well. So you can go right to there between 11 a.m. and hopefully 3:30. We're going to see how long it's going to take. We usually run over a little bit because everyone's excited to talk about their programs, and we're good. So at least we're looking to do at least a minimum of 4 hours on the live stream. So it's a great time. You can learn about your program. We'll also have a schedule the day or two before that we'll put out for who will be where. So if you don't want to, of course, I know everyone who listens to the show is going to want to tune in for all 4 hours because you get to see all the great people talking. But if you're just interested in seeing maybe natural sciences or the athletic programs talk or whatever, you'll know, hey, about roughly I should probably tune in here and see what they're saying as well. But it will be right there on that same page. So it's your one-stop shop for UPJ Pitt Day of Giving.
And that'll be on for how long afterwards?
Hopefully, it'll be up there as long as we can. They'll let us have it up.
Okay. So if you miss it, you can always come. And I want to make that point. So I know this is PDOG and Pittsburgh or Pitt Day of Giving, but for those of you that may have that fear of giving, this is a great way to overcome that fear and do as Lori mentioned, a $5 donation. But I guess what I'm kind of appealing to is it doesn't stop just on P Day or PDOG or Pitt Day of Giving. If you made that $5 giving in February, why not add it to a monthly, do it in the next month and so on and so forth. And it really, again, I think the point being made that you can look at whether it's PDOG, Pitt Day of Giving or a regular day of giving. Pick what appeals to you. Pick what resonates with you. Pick what made a difference, whether it was a sporting team or whether it was an academic club or again, like you said, unrestricted.
And we've put a lot of work into the giving site this year, as never has been done before, so that we can capture all of the sports teams and the schools and the divisions and programs. And next year we'll build upon that as well. But I think there's a great offering for everyone, and it's really easy to make a gift. It's not like in previous years where you sort of had to search for a fund that resonated with you. So we've made it easier, this year, more than ever. So, to make a gift. And we will be sending out some emails to folks if we have your email, because we're all really busy with our work and home lives. So if you get an email, it will be defined as Pitt Day of Giving as a reminder, as a catalyst to, take a moment to give. You might get a few emails in the next 2 weeks as a sort of a mental prompter. So be looking forward to that. And if you've given before, you might get an email as well, and to prompt you to just hit the button and making it really easy.
And to just let everyone know about how this would work too, with hopefully, as I am wanting to believe that everyone is waking up early Wednesday morning here on the 21st and saying, I got to get up and download the podcast and listen right away because my Wednesday's not complete without hearing the Tuck Shop podcast. But if you are listening Wednesday, Thursday, before Pitt Day of Giving on the 27th, you still can go to that link and still participate now. You don't have to necessarily wait to the Tuesday, the 27th.
No.
You can donate early.
It's like early voting.
Yes,
and
it's early voting.
This is your civic responsibility to vote, and even if it's just $5, you're putting in a vote for UPJ Pitt Johnstown. We show strength and unity in numbers representing in the Pitt system. So it's really important that you sort of let your voice be heard by a vote.
I feel that should be followed up with, my name is Lori Singer and I approve this message.
I approve this message. Right. And quite frankly, because snail mail is so expensive and U.S. mail has gotten just very expensive, we need your email addresses so that we can send you invitations, and that, we have a lot of reunions that are upcoming in, this year. And if we don't have your phone number or we don't have an email address for you, it's really hard for us to send you these invitations and let you know what is happening, the good work that David and Matt are doing, and John with the Alumni Association and all the other folks who are on the alumni board. So, and we're interested in knowing your thoughts and what you'd like to see happen and have programmed here on campus. So it's not just about giving, but we want your engagement, involvement. want to know your ideas and have your voice be heard.
And for anyone who needs to update their information, we have the whole litany of web pages you can go to that play at the end of every episode, not just this one, but play at the end of every episode to direct you right to where you can update your own information yourself. Because I'm sure you may have come across our Facebook page or our LinkedIn page and probably didn't even come across your mind when you decided to move or got married. Your first thought wasn't to tell your alma mater that you got married or have a new job and move states, but that means we can't track you and get you the information about just what's going on and things happening around campus and things happening in the departments, the divisions, the sports teams that you were involved in and you care about.
Right. And if anyone hears this before you read it, you can make a change on your record by going to alumni.pitt.edu/update, and you can update your email address, phone numbers, addresses. It's really important that you do that.
So Pitt Day of Giving 2024, you can actually go, once you hear this, to that upj.pitt.edu/give to help support the cause that you care about. Anything $5 and over is greatly appreciated across the board. David, any other Pitt Day Giving thoughts before we let everyone go and click those buttons?
Not to steal a phrase from someone else, but just do it. It's pretty simple, whether it's, as Lori mentioned, changing your information, update your information, giving to the university. Just go and do it. Just click it. It's important. We want to hear what was important while you were here and what makes a difference. One way to, as Lori mentioned, one way to show that endorsement is as little as $5. Shows that endorsement.
And if you can get your other network of people to do it, like for example, if you were a Greek or a certain fraternity or sorority on campus, you might want to do a shout out to all of your brothers and sisters to say, let's be top dogs, let's have some kind of championship on the leaderboards, let's have a contest to see which fraternity or which sorority is going to give more at Pitt Johnstown. And again, it's not the size of your gift, it's just it's one vote for you, it's one number, and it's just one gift for Pitt Johnstown. So I'd love everyone to participate and let our voices be heard here.
I think the key part too is if you come across this, if you find anything about the where you can go on our social media, on the Facebook page, on the LinkedIn page from the alumni, please also share that. I'm going to do the appeal that I get to do that's a little different, not being a staff member of Institutional Advancement. Folks, if you have enjoyed this, if you've, I'm going to put it in the context of this show, this podcast. We do this podcast because I like telling these stories. I like spending time on this campus. I like learning about and talking to my alumni colleagues, my friends, the folks that we talk to. Next week, we're going to have a great episode with Bruce and Brett Hasselrig coming up. We've had great episodes since day one with this show. Notice that we don't make you pay for it. We don't make you sign up. You can click on the link and download this, and that's the way it's going to be. So if you got value out of it and you think that's worth something, don't worry about it for the show. Do it in Pitt Day of Giving. If you got $5 of value or entertainment or fun out of this over the last 12 to 15 weeks, give $5 to your department. Go to the accounting or business department or your sports team.
Or if you hate the show, pay to have a shutdown.
Now,
$5
David,
a
let's
ticket.
not be
It's going to take a
be
lot
negative.
more money than that to shut me
Let's
down.
not be negative.
But
Hey, there's people out there.
Positive value in everything, folks.
But anything that people can do to support this, just because it goes a long way and it shows a lot of the vibrance of both the fans, the alumni, the community that makes Pitt and UPJ, from our perspective, very important.
And we want to hear from you. We want to know what you have to say, any of your contributions. We are all open to adding value and making Pitt Day of Giving a more interesting a day and make it very meaningful. So let us hear your voices.
upj.pitt.edu/give. PDOG. Lori, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me, folks.
David, again, as always, thank you for jumping on.
It's always good to jump.
Everyone have a great week, a great Pitt Day of Giving, and we'll talk to you next Wednesday.
Peace.
The Tuck Shop podcast is recorded live on the University of Pittsburgh at Johnstown campus. Update your contact information with us by visiting johnstown.pitt.edu/alumni. Connect with us online via Facebook and LinkedIn, or consider donating to the university at give2, that's giveto.pitt.edu/giveupj.
This has been a production of Quantum Wave Media. Views expressed do not necessarily reflect the opinion of the University of Pittsburgh at Johnstown.